You eat the bagel, the cereal, the smoothie, and for a minute you feel unstoppable. Then your energy falls off a cliff. Your eyes get heavy, your brain turns to static, and suddenly you are shaky and hunting for another snack like it is an emergency. That is the trap. You think you are weak, but your metabolism is firing off alarms and pushing you to fix the drop. The crash is not a personality flaw. Moving to slide 2. A crash is usually a fast rise in blood glucose, followed by a fast fall. The rise happens when carbs hit your bloodstream quickly, especially when they are refined, low fiber, or liquid. Your pancreas responds with insulin, which moves glucose out of the blood and into muscle and liver cells, and also slows glucose output from the liver. If the drop happens quickly, your brain interprets the trend as a threat, even if the number is not technically low. That is when you feel the shift. Foggy focus, sudden fatigue, irritability, a hollow, urgent hunger that does not feel like normal appetite. To protect you, your body can release stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol to push glucose back up. Those hormones can cause shaky hands, a racing heart, and that wired, edgy feeling that makes you reach for sugar or caffeine, so you are not failing when you snack. You are responding to a fast swing that feels dangerous to your nervous system. The goal is to make the swing smaller and slower. Moving to slide 3. Some people eat the same carbs and barely notice a dip because their buffers are stronger. One big buffer is muscle. When your muscles are insulin sensitive and you have more of them, they soak up glucose smoothly, so the rise is lower and the fall is gentler. A short walk after eating can mimic this by pulling glucose into muscle without needing as much insulin. Your liver is another buffer. It can store glucose as glycogen after meals, then release glucose between meals to prevent a steep drop. If your liver glycogen is low, like after aggressive dieting, long gaps between meals, or hard training without refueling, the fallback system is weaker and the dip can feel sharper. Your gut also matters. Fiber, protein, and fat slow stomach emptying and absorption, which spreads glucose over time and keeps insulin more proportional to the incoming load. Then there is sleep. Poor sleep reduces insulin sensitivity and raises stress hormones, which makes the same breakfast hit harder the next day. Strong buffers mean fewer alarms, not more willpower. Moving to slide 4. Certain foods and situations act like speed boosters for a crash. Liquid carbs are the fastest. Juice, soda, sweet coffee drinks, even many healthy smoothies can flood glucose quickly because there is little chewing and often little fiber. Low-fiber, fast-digesting starches do the same thing. White bread, crackers, rice cakes, many cereals. Ultra-processed carbs are often pre-broken down so your gut absorbs them faster. Eating carbs alone removes the natural brakes. If you have a bowl of cereal by itself, there's nothing slowing absorption, nothing adding satiety, and the insulin response can be bigger relative to how long the energy lasts. Portion size also matters. A larger carb load raises the peak and makes the downslope steeper. If crashes keep happening, look for speed, processing, and carbs by themselves. That is where the swing usually starts. Moving to slide 5. Insulin overshoot is when the insulin response is bigger than what you needed, so glucose falls fast, and you feel reactive low symptoms. This is more common when you are dieting hard, skipping meals, or running on poor sleep, because your stress hormones are already high and your buffers are low. It also happens after sugary breakfasts that digest quickly. The feeling can mimic anxiety, because adrenaline is part of the rescue. When you spot that pattern, you start catching early clues your metabolism is struggling. Moving to slide 6. Early insulin resistance often looks like this. Your fasting glucose is still normal, but your insulin is running high to keep it there. You feel a hard crash a couple hours after eating, then strong cravings that feel urgent, especially for carbs. After a starchy meal, you get sleepy or foggy, like your brain is wading through syrup. Your waistline creeps up even when the scale barely moves. And family history matters, because genetics can lower your margin for error. If a few of these fit, do not wait for glucose to rise before you act. Catching it early is the difference between steering the ship and bailing water, especially in the morning when carbs tend to hit hardest. Moving to slide 7. Mornings set people up for the carb ambush. When you wake up, cortisol is naturally higher. That helps you get moving, but it also makes you a little more insulin resistant for a few hours. At the same time, your liver is already releasing glucose to fuel the wake-up transition. So you start the day with more glucose available and less ability to clear it smoothly. Now add coffee. For some people, caffeine increases stress signaling and nudges cortisol higher, especially on an empty stomach or after a short night of sleep. Then a sweet breakfast or a refined carb breakfast lands in a system that is already primed to spike. Cereal, pastries, juice, sweetened yogurt, even a big bowl of oats with honey can push glucose up fast. Your body answers with more insulin. That often feels like a mid-morning crash, shakiness, irritability, and the sense that another snack is inevitable. If you want an immediate fix, change the first bite. Start with protein and fiber. Keep breakfast carbs less refined. And if you drink coffee, pair it with food. You are not weak in the morning. Your hormones are just loud, and they quiet down if you feed them strategically, which makes the midday slump a lot less dramatic. Moving to slide 8. The post-lunch faceplant is usually a perfect storm. A big meal, then straight back into a chair means the glucose you just ate has nowhere to go fast. Heavy starch plus fat can be the worst combo, because starch raises glucose quickly, and fat slows stomach emptying, stretching the rise and the crash. If you are sleep-deprived, insulin sensitivity is already down, so the swing gets louder. Then come the afternoon cravings, right on schedule. Your day does not need more willpower. It needs fewer spikes, starting with how you build lunch. Moving to slide 9. Your gut sets the tempo for how fast carbs show up in your blood. Fiber is your speed limiter. Put vegetables, beans, chia berries, or whole intact grains in the meal, and glucose rises slower. Protein adds braking too. It increases satiety and supports a steadier response, especially when it replaces some of the refined carbs. A simple add-on that works for many people is vinegar. 1 to 2 teaspoons in water before a carb-heavy meal, or as part of a dressing, can modestly blunt the post-meal rise. Highly milled grains are the opposite. White bread, crackers, many cereals, and ultra-processed snacks hit fast because they are already broken down. And dessert timing matters. If you are going to have it, it usually lands better after a balanced meal than as a standalone snack. You do not need perfection. You need a slower curve, and you can build that with the first few ingredients you choose. Moving to slide 10. Order changes your curve with almost no effort. Eat vegetables first, then protein, then carbs last. That single sequence tends to shrink the glucose spike and the rebound hunger that follows. It also makes portion control easier because you feel satisfied sooner, without tracking or math. Try it at 1 meal a day for a week. When your hunger feels calmer and your energy stays steady, the next step becomes obvious, and it only takes about 10 minutes. Moving to slide 11. Here's a simple trick that punches above its weight. After you eat, set a timer for 10 minutes and go for an easy walk. Not a workout, just steady movement. When your muscles contract, they pull more glucose out of your blood to use as fuel, so your body can get the job done with less insulin. That usually means a smoother energy curve, fewer mid-afternoon cravings, and less of that foggy, heavy feeling after meals. If 10 minutes sounds like a lot, do 5. If you can only pace your kitchen while you clean up, do that. Consistency matters more than intensity here. Make it automatic, especially after your biggest meal, and you give your metabolism a calm, reliable nudge in the right direction, even when the problem is not actually the carbs. Moving to slide 12. If you are crashing, it is not always a carb issue. Too few total calories can leave you running on fumes. Long gaps can set up a binge that hits hard. Dehydration often feels like fatigue. Alcohol can wreck sleep and amplify next-day cravings. And if crashes are new or extreme, ask your clinician about checking anemia and thyroid, especially with heavy periods, hair loss, or cold intolerance. Fix the real bottleneck, and the rest gets easier. Moving to slide 13. Build an anti-crash plate you can repeat without thinking. Start with a protein anchor every meal, like eggs, Greek yogurt, chicken, tofu, fish, or beans. Then add fiber and whole food carbs, like berries, lentils, oats, potatoes, or rice with vegetables. This slows how fast glucose shows up in your blood and helps you stay full. Portion your carbs, eat, then reassess in 20 minutes before you go back for more. If you want dessert, have it after real food, not as a standalone snack. That single order change can blunt the spike and reduce the rebound hunger later. Keep 2 or 3 default meals you actually like and can make on busy days. When your baseline is stable, your next move becomes obvious. Moving to slide 14. Pick one lever today, either the 10-minute walk, a protein anchor, or cutting the long gap that sets up the binge. Track your crashes for 7 days. Time, what you ate, sleep, alcohol, and stress. If the pattern is intense or confusing, ask for deeper labs through your clinician. Comment what time your crashes usually hit, and I will help you troubleshoot. Subscribe for more metabolism fixes. This content is for education only and is not medical advice. Stabilize glucose. Unlock real energy.